I'm about to reveal a secret that will literally rewire how your brain stores information forever. Your brain is betraying you every single day, and you don't even know it's happening. Right now, as you're listening to this, 90% of everything you learned yesterday has already vanished into thin air like it never existed. That brilliant book you highlighted cover to cover, erased. That life-changing seminar you attended, your brain threw it in the digital trash while you were sleeping. But here's the jaw-dropping part that nobody talks about. This memory massacre isn't happening because you're not smart enough or because you're not trying hard enough. It's happening because nobody ever taught you the secret system that the top 1% of learners use to turn their brains into permanent storage vaults. Imagine this nightmare scenario that haunts millions of people every single week. You just invested $300 and 20 hours into a premium online masterclass. You took meticulous notes. You paused and rewound sections. You even bought the special workbook. You felt like a genius, like you'd finally cracked the code to success. Fast forward to Monday morning, and your boss casually asks you about one simple concept from that course. Suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. You're standing there like a deer in headlights, frantically searching your brain for any fragment of that expensive knowledge, but finding absolutely nothing. The humiliation burns. The money feels wasted. The time feels stolen. Sound familiar? That's because scientists at Johns Hopkins University discovered the most terrifying truth about human learning. We forget 90% of new information within 24 hours, unless we actively fight against our brain's natural tendency to delete everything. Think about that devastating reality for just one moment. If you learn 10 game-changing strategies today, tomorrow you'll remember exactly one of them. That's like setting $900 on fire for every $1,000 you spend on education. But what if I told you there's an underground system that transforms ordinary people into memory machines who never forget anything important ever again? What if you could join the elite top 10% who remember everything they learn and apply it like breathing? No photographic memory required, no expensive brain training software, no spending your entire weekend reviewing the same material over and over until your eyes bleed. Just 5 simple steps that will turn your forgetful brain into an unstoppable learning weapon. And I'm about to hand you the master key that unlocks perfect recall for anything you've ever studied, even if you learned it months ago and haven't thought about it since. Step 1, and it's going to destroy everything you thought you knew about reading. Stop reading like your brain is on life support. Most people read like zombies shuffling through a graveyard. Their eyes move across words, but their mind is somewhere else entirely. The top 10% read like forensic investigators hunting for evidence at a crime scene. They attack every sentence with laser focus, asking ruthless questions that force their brain to wake up and pay attention. Why does this matter? How does this connect to my goals? What happens if I ignore this? When you read actively, you're not just absorbing information, you're building an unbreakable foundation that supports everything else you'll learn. Write questions in the margins like your life depends on it. Highlight with surgical precision instead of turning pages into rainbow disasters. And stop every few minutes to explain what you just read using your own words like you're teaching it to someone who's never heard it before. Step 2 will transform you into a memory artist who paints knowledge directly onto your brain. Grab colored pens and blank paper, because we're creating mind maps that will revolutionize how you store information forever. Your brain is obsessed with visual patterns, and when you draw out what you've learned, you're storing it into completely different brain systems simultaneously, verbal and visual. It's like having 2 separate backup drives for the same critical data. Put your main topic in the center like the sun, then draw colorful branches radiating outward like rays of light, with each branch representing a major concept. Use different colors for different themes, add simple drawings or symbols, and here's the crucial part that most people miss. You must create this by hand. When you physically draw these connections, you're engaging your motor memory, which means your brain is now storing the same information in 3 different ways at once. Step 3 feels weird, but it works like magic. Record yourself teaching everything you just learned. Grab your phone, hit record, and explain the entire topic out loud like you're teaching your best friend who knows nothing about it. First, use your mind map as a guide, then put it away and teach it again purely from memory. This activates 2 memory superpowers that most people never use. First, Active recall forces your brain to strengthen neural pathways by pulling information out instead of just putting it in. Second, when you hear your own voice explaining something, your brain treats it as ultra-important information that deserves permanent storage. Plus, you now have a personalized audio review that you can listen to anywhere. Step 4 creates your ultimate weapon. Combine all your individual mind maps into one master map that becomes your brain's command center. This single page contains everything important with nothing extra, nothing overwhelming. Instead of reviewing 50 pages of notes, you glance at this one powerful page and everything floods back instantly. Step 5 locks it in forever through spaced repetition. Review your master map after 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, and 1 month. This tricks your brain into thinking this information is so important it needs to be stored permanently. These 5 steps will transform you from someone who forgets everything into someone who remembers and applies knowledge like a superhero with a perfect memory. Hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment telling me the one thing you always forget, but desperately wish you could remember forever. And I'll see you in the next video where we're going to unlock even more incredible powers of your mind.